In today's video, I'm going to be discussing monthly checks for everyone, otherwise known as Universal Basic Income. I have all the details for you right here in the video. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. All right, now this is a topic that I do get questions about every so often, and I wanted to jump on here really quickly to discuss what exactly is Universal Basic Income and how could such a program send out ongoing monthly checks for everybody for a specified amount of time. Not sure about you, but sign me up, right? I'm very interested. I wouldn't mind getting an ongoing monthly check for a specified amount of time and no strings attached as well. That is also one of the other parameters of Universal Basic Income. But what is the likelihood of something like this, and what is the feasibility of this type of program? Again, really good questions. What I want to focus on for you here in the video, because it does sound very good, and this is a program that has happened around the world, not in the United States yet, but it is a program that has happened in some locations around the world. But it's also a program that people talk about often, like, hey, we've got to have a Universal Basic Income or a UBI program in the United States as well. However, I do want to talk about that as well as some of the other alternative programs that are very similar, but also a little bit different, but at the same time, a very, very similar concept. Anyway, let's jump into it and talk what's going on here. Really fast before we do, if you have not done so yet, or if you're new here, first off, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. Will you please make sure to join the other nearly 500,000 people here on the channel and subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you. Truly do appreciate it. I want to do what I can for you here in the community. I know it's a tough time out there. It's weird. There's a lot of things that are changing. I'm watching the headlines, doing all the research, advocating on your behalf, answering questions, doing whatever I can to help you out right now, and just be right here for you as a friendly presence, a friendly voice. Do what I can for you right now. I love doing all the research. I really enjoy making these videos, and I have really enjoy having this community here. So again, thank you so much for being part of it. Please subscribe, and let's get into it and talk about UBI, Universal Basic Income, ongoing monthly checks for everybody, no strings attached. Again, checks all the boxes to me. I like the sound of that. Let's talk about what this all is and what they're doing with this thing. Okay, so like I said, Universal Basic Income. It has not happened here in the United States. And to be 100% real with you, I don't believe UBI will ever happen in the United States. Oh my, but why are you talking about it then? It's a good concept. However, there's a different way to look at this, because there's, believe it or not, many other concepts out there that are very, very similar. But rather than sending out just a blanket check to every single person every single month, this would be good, but at the end of the day, it'd be bad. Why would it be bad? It would cause major, major hyperinflation. We do not want that. It would cause major hyperinflation in the United States, as well as it would cause major supply and demand issues as well as supply chain issues. Simply because if everybody's getting a check every single month, what do you think is going to happen to that? We're all going to be at the stores wrestling each other for the latest TV. I mean, you know what I mean? We're all going to be at the shoe store wrestling each other over the latest pair of Air Jordans or something. You know what I mean? It's going to be ridiculous. It would not be feasible whatsoever, okay? Something like this is a great concept, but we got to get the money into the hands of the people that actually need it and would do the necessary things with it, rather than buying junk like TVs and shoes and all kinds of other stuff we don't need, but rather buy the necessities, okay? That's what I'm saying. By the way, I'm not saying that TVs and shoes are junk. I'm just simply saying the money needs to be spent more methodically. It can't just be out there and blown and like, let's hit the casinos this weekend. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. The casinos would love it, right? Their bottom line would just be absolutely ballooning. They would love that, but that's not the point of these programs. It is not to, get money, tons of money into all these different businesses and buy all kinds of different things we don't need, but rather the whole concept of this is basically to establish basically like a safety net type of income. That's literally the purpose behind this, okay? So UBI, I don't really think this is going to ever be a thing. However, let me kind of rattle off some of the other names that are out there of different programs that are very similar, but also very different at the same time. Guaranteed basic income, okay? A guaranteed basic income is another one, GBI, that is a very common concept. In fact, right now, there's over 150 guaranteed basic income programs going on all across the country right now. 150 of these suckers going on right now that are doing exactly this. But is this a UBI program? No, it's sending out specified amounts of money to specified groups of people that actually need it and will use it in the right way, not just, a blanket statement or a blanket check going out to everybody. So That's one of them. Guaranteed basic income, very effective, very popular. They're going on all across the country right now as we speak in the United States. Now, that's one. Now, universal high income. Now, this one was coined by actually Elon Musk, okay? Richest person in the world. Love him. Seriously, I'm a huge fan of Elon. The guy's very fascinating. I really enjoy researching him and just looking at what he's doing. Really fascinating to watch him. But anyway, so he kind of coined this phrase, which is universal high income. And again, he kind of believes the same thing here, which is AI, artificial intelligence, sophisticated technology is going to take over major portions of this economy. A lot of people are going to be out of work. And he's basically saying AI is going to replace all jobs. We'll never need to work again. Again, sign me up. This sounds like a great plan to me, right? Then we could do whatever we want rather than just working all day, right? But anyway, he basically coined this phrase of universal high income. It's kind of like the same thing as like a guaranteed basic income, but rather he's basically saying, let's establish a high universal income because people are going to be relying on this type of payments because there won't be any work needed anymore because AI is going to take over everything. So that's kind of interesting. And again, that's another one that's out there, universal high income. Now, there's another one that's out there as well. This is a relatively new one, universal what is it? Universal, what was it again? Sorry, I'm kind of drawing on the blank, but it's like universal compute income or something like that. It's a weird name. Universal compute income, WTF is that, right? Yeah, I totally agree with you. What does that mean? Basically what they want to do, they want to establish this language model, okay? So let me explain really quickly, okay? It's basically like establishing a digital currency, kind of like a cryptocurrency. And I think they called it, maybe I could be wrong on the name of that, but I think it's like universal compute income. It's very strange. But basically what it is, they establish this digital currency, and they basically give everybody a share of this so that everybody's essentially like an investor in this new language model. And then as this thing continues to expand, you can sell off your stake if you want and just grab the money, or you can continue to hold it. And again, it'll kind of reward those people that hold. It's just like any other investment. But this is something that's out there. And again, it basically invests into this new language model that essentially establishes this, this universal income, essentially, as well as this new digital currency, and then it also expands on, sophisticated technology, AI, language models, and things like this, and that's kind of the future of the country and the whole globe anyway. Does that kind of make sense? I know that last one's kind of confusing. Honestly, it even confuses me a little bit, right? But anyway, these are some of the different situations that are out there. But when it comes down to these ongoing monthly check programs, no strings attached, something like this, okay? When it comes down to UBI, Universal Basic Income, I don't foresee this type of program ever happening in the United States. There's just no possible way that they're going to send out ongoing, no strings attached payments to every single person. Why? Every person doesn't need them. Every person will probably take them, but every person does not need them. But I would anticipate, and again, I think this is really going to be a thing. I think it's only a matter of years before this actually happens, but a guaranteed basic income program on a nationwide level. If I had to put my chips on one of these to actually pan out, and to be one of the things, I would go all in on GBI, Guaranteed Basic Income. I would go all in on Guaranteed Basic Income on a nationwide level. I do believe this is going to be a thing sooner than later, a matter of years here before this thing comes into fruition. The reason being is, just like what Elon says, AI is going to take over so much of our economy. It's going to be nuts to see what actually happens here. And we're going to see this major transitions, tons of people out of work, and we're going to have this major problem on our hands. We're going to need to establish this guaranteed basic income program, and they're going to have to establish this on a nationwide level. It's going to be something that can no longer be fostered by the states. It cannot be done by the counties and the cities. They don't have enough money. States and cities and counties are broke. They have nothing. They have nothing. They don't have anything to offer us. However, the nationwide, the federal program, administered by the federal government, they have unlimited amounts of money because they just print more when they want it, right? So they have a printing press. States, counties, cities, we, the people, do not have a printing press. Federal government essentially does, okay? That's why I'm saying this is where I would put all my chips and all of my bets, if it came down to it, would be a guaranteed basic income program administered by the federal government and establishing some type of income, a no strings attached income base for those people who are basically out of work and are basically being replaced by technology. And this is just a thing. Again, I do not think it's going to be all that far off, and it may even be digital. Digital as in we're going to establish a new digital currency, and you're going to get it in the form of XYZ coin, plopped into your new Fed account every single month, and whatever happens to be. That's kind of the trajectory, and we're already starting to see things like this somewhat happening. So, interesting concept. And again, for those of you that have been asking, I hope this answers it and kind of clarifies what's going on here. Universal basic income is kind of like the blanket statement. It's kind of like the big name that's given to all of these monthly type of check payment programs, but essentially it's not essentially going to be a thing. In my opinion, I don't think we're ever going to see UBI in this country. Maybe in other countries we'll see it more, popping up and be more prolific. But right now in the United States, I don't foresee it happening anytime soon. It's gonna mess up everything if they were to do that. But more of these highly focused GBI type programs, universal high income, things like this, yes, 100%. I 100% believe that this will be the future of this country in a matter of just years. Okay. Anyway, does that answer for you? I hope so. If not, let me know. I will come back and I will certainly jump on a live stream. I can make another video, whatever you need from me. Just let me know. Otherwise, please subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Share the video with your friends on my social media. There's a share button right down below as well. Otherwise, go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, including those in the video library right down below as well. In the description or the top of the comment section, I've hand-selected some videos for you there. Otherwise, right now, popping up on your screen, you'll see some videos. Check out one of those. Until next time, enjoy. I'll see you again soon in the next video.